Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe. I'ma let you finish, Christian, Carlito and Seth Rollins, but Jillian Hall coming back just had one of the best Royal Rumble returns of all time. Oh yeah, and Edge entered at number 1 and won the whole damn thing. I'm Mr. Davis, asking you to please give us a subscribe, super kick that thumbs up button, and enable notifications to always on for daily WWE news and review videos. Like my review of the Royal Rumble Ruthless Aggression tribute show right now, in about 10 minutes. Asuka and Charlotte Flair had an interview segment backstage before their tag team title match where they said they're the bestest of friends. I'm pretty sure that's the first time we've seen them on screen together since they won the belts. Despite wearing that "oh you know I'm turning heel on you" expression, Charlotte in fact didn't fall out with Asuka. Instead, it took Ric Flair and Lacey Evans 3 different distraction spots to cost Charlotte the win. Evans punched her with the brass knucks, which is a good weapon for her women's right finisher, letting Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler win back the tag titles. Whatever. Everything on the main card, however, ranged from very good to oh my god, it's Christian. Many fans feared the Royal Rumble would begin the darkest WWE timeline. Brock Lesnar returning, Charlotte Flair winning back-to-back Rumbles, and the worst case scenario we've lived through twice already, Goldberg winning a top championship. WWE expertly used the last 2 as part of their booking though. Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg was always a great idea, if Drew won. And that's exactly what happened. In a classic Paul Heyman layout, Drew and Goldberg hit big moves before the bell for 2 minutes, then hit big moves during the actual match for 3 minutes. It was under 5 minutes of action in total, brilliantly protecting Goldberg's limitations while keeping us on the edge of our seats, because WWE booking Build to Win remained a very real, very scary possibility throughout. It was incredibly dramatic, making you buy into every near fall, but Drew won with a Claymore. This was the simple outcome and the correct one. WWE often overbook or overthink their match finishes. We were scared of a Miz cash-in happening, but they had Drew win clean and confidently, being endorsed by Goldberg afterwards. Following a pre-show promo where Carmella told Reginald her glass of wine tastes like gold, she had another very good match with Sasha Banks. There was Reginald interference, some great submission reversals, and a scary dive from Carmella, but Banks made her tap in the end. Sasha retaining is the right result, but ultimately, what did this accomplish? They had a much better match last month at TLC, and now Carmella's just lost again with her new gimmick. Xavier, Big E, and a still not medically cleared Kofi Kingston reunited backstage, revealing their Brody Lee tribute gear. Bad Bunny played a rap song while dancing around Booker T. This was not for me. And the Women's Rumble match began with Bayley and a returning Naomi. This wasn't just the best Women's Rumble WWE have ever done, it's one of the best laid out Rumbles they've ever booked, period. The ring quickly filled up with Bayley, a returning Naomi, Bianca Belair for the Iron Maiden spot at number 3, Billie Kay doing comedy, prompting Shayna Baszler to punch her in the photograph, which Billie sold. Hey, I thought WWE banned unprotected headshots. Jillian Hall came out singing in a nostalgia joke return. Freaking Victoria was in there for about 15 minutes. Toni Storm, Ruby Riott, Peyton Royce for a brief Iconics reunion. All of them with only 1 elimination in the first half of the match. It was a visible testament to how well WWE have grown their women's division, that they had such a deep and varied roster of characters they could play off. But the match turned hard when Rhea Ripley entered at number 14, because she was there to actually hurt people, doing a number of stiff elimination spots that, if Nia Jax did them, we'd all be calling for her to be fired. After Ripley came Charlotte Flair at number 15, setting up a brawl between last year's WrestleMania opponents, until the real story all the fans wanted to see happen. Ric Flair coming out with Lacey Evans in a robe to continue tussling with Charlotte, and then just weirdly stop fighting each other for the rest of the match. Some didn't like Alicia Fox's entry involving R-Truth and the 24/7 title, because WWE can't seem to book a Women's Rumble without sport in some way involving men, but I didn't mind it because it gave Fox a 24/7 title win, and I'm a massive misogynist. Truth would quickly win it back and then drop it to Pete Rosenberg in this sexiest of pinning combinations later on. Take the guy for dinner first, Rosenberg. The match did become overbooked at times. Carmella and Reginald appeared to do their spots in slow motion, and Naomi, laying on her back with her feet up in the air to avoid elimination, came across a bit goofy. Thankfully though, all the women threw out Alexa Bliss before she could transform into Lady Fiend, saving us from another speculated spot, the dreaded mid-Rumble cinematic match. Lana threw out Nia Jax in a neat bit of revenge for a storyline picked up from 2 months ago, and we eventually came down to a final 3 of Belair, Ripley, and using the same genius scare tactic of their own history of bad booking, just like how they'd save John Cena or Roman Reigns until the final few to keep you worried they'd win, the Omni Flair. Bianca and Ripley ganged up to eliminate her and then had a great back and forth, which was just won by Belair, who cut an emotional in-ring promo afterwards, promising to put the EST in WrestleMania. Now, I don't want to be a party pooper there, Bianca, because you look super emotional, but there's already an E, S, and a T in WrestleMania. Sandwiched between 2 Rumble matches, which are almost entirely within the ring, Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens wisely put on a last man standing bout almost entirely everywhere else. The stipulation lent itself perfectly to the Paul Heyman style. Big move, both guys down for a count. Big spot, referee checks on one of them. Big spot, Roman starts trash talking, repeat. And those big spots were mighty big. Kevin Owens was thrown off the top of the Thunderdome stands through a bunch of tables. KO hit a frog splash through a seemingly invincible announcer's desk. He hit a swanton bomb off a forklift. Roman decapitated a referee. And best of all, Roman ran down Owens in a golf buggy. Blurp! AEW golf buggy to WWE confirmed. First KO inherited the stunner, now he's getting run over by a Samoan driving a car. You're taking this Stone Cold thing too far, Kev. It was an awesome and hilarious move in equal measure. It was most sports entertaining. My only gripe, and I can feel the inner cornet coming through here, is that they didn't really have any psychological impact. Owens was brutally ran down by a vehicle, which led to him being on top a minute later. The finish was unfortunately botched too. Going full Ciampa and Gargano, Roman found himself handcuffed to the trussing, but Heyman legit couldn't get him out. The momentum stalled somewhat and Reigns eventually choked out KO in the guillotine. The main card of the pay-per-view so far had exceeded all expectations, but there was still plenty of unease in the air. It's all how you leave them, folks, and the men's Rumble match main event was still to come. And it started off a bit naff. We already knew Randy Orton and Edge would be out first, which took away the surprise, and Orton was helped to the back after their brawl in the logic-pushing he's still not eliminated from the Rumble despite being removed for medical reasons for the entire match. It picked up with Carlito's surprise return at number 8, turning up just a little late for his Raw Legends night booking, and then a cool Biggie and Woods team up for 9 and 10. The second act fell victim to the mid-card treadmill that WWE's Rumbles often do, with filler entrants of Elias, Ricochet, Miz and John Morrison, but was helped by a strong showing from Damian Priest and some fun celebrity involvement when Bad Bunny hit a half splash, half oh my god he's falling off the top rope onto Miz and Morrison. Bobby Lashley came in and frickin' dominated. Hurricane Helms got a comedy cameo, and Daniel Bryan and Kane had a Team Hell No reunion in a very decent run of spots. But the best moment of this very good match, and arguably the pay-per-view as a whole, was the genuinely huge surprise of Christian making his in-ring return. You know, that Christian. One more match Christian. Captain Charisma Christian. Edge and Christian, with his tag partner waiting for him in the ring for a sweet embrace. Then we just got great spot after great spot, as though Blompier really did fantasy book it. Cesaro and Sheamus bump into each other for a bar reunion. Seth Rollins made his shock return at number 29. And Bryan and Riddle just straight up had a match of trying to kick the actual crap out of each other, which was heelishly ended when Seth threw Bryan out, surely setting up their Mania program. The only annoyance from this point really was the booking of Omos and AJ Styles, where that huge guy not only saved AJ multiple times, but fully eliminated Big E and Rey Mysterio. If that's legal, then why doesn't Ali bring all of Retribution with him? Apart from the fact that they're a bit crap. Edge seemed to have it won after he threw Seth out, but then, you guessed it, from out of nowhere struck Orton with an RKO. It was an incredible bit of booking, making us scared the darkest timeline was happening. For Edge to reverse Orton's throw and win the Rumble from the number 1 spot, of which I'm definitely sure only Shawn Michaels has ever done before him. What did you think of the Royal Rumble pay-per-view? Let me know in the comments and vote in our poll on a poll match by following us on Twitter at WrestleTalk_TV, where an amazing 49% of you thought it was excellent. This not only had 2 fantastic Rumble matches, it's one of the best Royal Rumble pay-per-views WWE have ever put on. Surprises, great matches, returns, winners you're actually happy with. Absolutely everything you could hope for from WWE's best format of the year. Royal Rumble 2021 is 4 out of 4. It also all went down in our Royal Rumble live reactions too. Randy Andy Datson and Adam Blompier won the Jamble matches, setting them up for title shots at WrestleJamia, and I lost. No, I was screwed out of my championship by the inside man, whoever that is. El Fakador is your new Jam That Champion. Everything is now Fakador. And that's not the only thing happening here at WrestleTalk, because here's a very special message from me, recorded back when I still had my championship belt. Right, okay, this is a shoot, as they call it in the wrestling biz. We've got a few things happening on WrestleTalk. It's all good. Don't panic, but I thought it'd be useful to go through with you all here. I'm selling everything to Peacock Premium. Just kidding. To peel back the YouTube analytics curtain, we've been talking to some very smart, very expensive experts, algorithmic boffins, who say that the way we've got the WrestleTalk channel structured isn't the best it can be for all of you, our amazing viewers. If you look at all the content we put out, and it's a lot, you'll see the WrestleTalk podcasts get around 30,000 views an episode, then the WrestleTalk news gets about 100,000, and Adam's lists get between 200,000 and 1.3 million views, oh my god! Which shows that not everyone watches everything, which the almighty YouTube algorithm doesn't like. Apparently, it thinks because you haven't watched the most recent few uploads, you don't like us anymore, and it will stop suggesting you our videos. Because I'm pretty sure the YouTube algorithm has become sentient and is about to replace us all, oh my god! So when we make our WrestleTalk news episodes live on a Tuesday, for instance, and then put up the WrestleTalk Raw Review podcast just 2 hours later on the same channel, YouTube tends to only recommend the most recent video, meaning not as many viewers are getting recommended our videos as they should, which sucks for you guys, because our videos are amazing. So the answer we've come up with is the Super Content Shaker. The WrestleTalk podcast will move entirely to an exclusive WrestleTalk podcast channel, which is the rebranded Wrestle2. That's where you can find every Raw, SmackDown, AEW Dynamite and pay-per-view review podcast stream, along with the magazine show, along with our pay-per-view live reactions and predictions. Meaning if you just want long-form wrestling podcasts, that's the channel for you. Wrestling Daily has already moved to its own channel, where you can enjoy Alex McCarthy, Louis Dangoor, Stephanie Chase, and SP3 every day. Adam Blompier's list videos, meanwhile, will move to Parts Unknown to be alongside his fantasy booking, Quizzlemania, and Luke and Laurie's wrestling video essays, explained and actually good. Parts Unknown will now be our home of evergreen wrestling content, making it much easier for people who aren't interested in current news and reviews. Leaving this channel right here, WrestleTalk, to be exclusively what it originally started as, the WrestleTalk News. Every Monday to Saturday, hosted by me, Laurie, Pete, and Luke, which will stop your subscription feeds getting too cluttered. I know. Change. It's scary, but really it's all the same as before, just our various series will now be easier for you to find, which will hopefully give us more views. It's a win-win. To make sure no one's left behind, we're going to be dual streaming the Raw and AEW podcasts both here and on the WrestleTalk podcast channel for the next 3 weeks. Classic 3-week push. We'll do the same for Adam's List videos on Parts Unknown too, so everyone knows each video's new homes. Then we'll move over everything completely on the day after the Elimination Chamber. So please do support WrestleTalk now more than ever, and go and subscribe to Parts Unknown, the WrestleTalk podcast, here, WrestleTalk and Wrestling Daily. Thanks for sticking with us all these years, guys. Hopefully, if this all goes to plan and doesn't spectacularly blow up in our faces, we'll be able to do even more for you all in the future.